Hi guys, Alastair Taylor here, and today we're going to talk about the perfect golf swing. Does it exist? Do you have it? Or do any of the guys that you watch on TV or any of the ladies you see on TV, do they have the perfect golf swing? So there's an awful lot made with coaching nowadays, and a lot of it's out there on YouTube, and I contribute to that as well, about many people believe that we need to get the club into certain positions in order to have that perfect golf swing. Now, the phrase itself, the perfect golf swing, I probably have a bit of an issue with. I mean, what is perfect? Who decides what perfect is? For me, a perfect golf swing is the one that works most often. And certainly you would say with the guys on TV, their swings work very, very well most of the time. But you will see certain things that are spoken about that the top players do differently. So they don't all have their hands in exactly the same position on the golf club. They don't all get the golf club into exactly the same position here, halfway back. They certainly don't all get the club in the same position at the top. Dustin Johnson, for example, gets the club face looking very up to the sky. There's other guys who get their hands much higher. Matt Kuchar keeps his hands very, very low with a one-plane swing. So we do see lots and lots of different golf swings, but all the top players, as far as I'm concerned, have one thing in common. So they're all able to find the middle of the club face. But in order to influence the golf ball to go where we want, there's a couple of key factors that we need to be able to control in the golf swing. Now, one of those factors is that we need to know what the path of the club is doing through impact. The other one is we also need to know the position of the club face at impact. Now, I suppose the perfect golf swing is that your swing path is perfectly straight and that your club face is pointing straight at the target and you hit the middle of the club face. That would give us a perfectly straight golf shot every single time, obviously dependent on the wind. But if you ask most of the guys that play on tour, they'll tell you that it's incredibly difficult to hit a dead straight shot. So some of the guys, their swing path will be possibly a little bit from out to in, or the swing certainly moving to the left. Some of the guys will have an in to out swing path with the club face moving more to the right. What the guys on tour are fantastic at doing, I believe, is matching how their club face should be at impact relative to their swing path. So for a guy whose path is more to the right, they'll be very, very good at getting the club face slightly closed or left of where that path goes. And that will produce a shot that shapes from right to left. A guy whose path is a little bit more to the left, he'll learn how to match his club face up so that it points slightly right or slightly open to that, producing a left to right shape. Now, like I said, what these guys are fantastic at doing is being able to match their characteristics in their golf swing to give them the shot they need. Now, with technology nowadays, with launch monitors and everything like that, the guys are able to get very, very accurate feedback as to what is happening through impact. So even though a guy may have his hands in a position that traditionally we would have said will get the club face very, very closed and hit a big hook, they're able to work out and learn what they do through impact in order to hit the shape of shot they want. So the key thing for most club golfers, I think, is that we get too caught up with trying to have a good looking golf swing, whereas me as a coach, I want you to have a really effective golf swing. So you need to learn, and if there's a pro nearby that can help you with that, you need to learn what your characteristics are in your golf swing. I don't think, even the guys that are very inconsistent, and I see a lot of guys that tell me they're very inconsistent, there's usually a pattern in their golf swing that is there. Once they can embrace that pattern, they can at least make the golf ball do the same thing every time. It's not necessarily what they want to happen every time, but at least if you understand what you're doing, you can then make that change. Now me, for example, my natural swing, or the one that comes most simple to me, is once I aim at the target, I know that my club moves to the right-hand side on the way down, and my club face is slightly closed to my swing path. It still points slightly right of target, so my ball sets off right of target and draws back. Now, I do have a fairly neutral grip, and I get the club in some fairly neutral positions in my golf swing. But I watch guys on TV who get their clubs in much worse positions, allegedly, than me, and yet influence the ball a lot better. So like I said, the key for me is set yourself up, hit some shots, and learn what your patterns are. Once you learn your patterns, you can then, if you need to, change little things in there to make the golf ball do what you want. Tee to green is just about maneuvering the ball into position to be able to score well, and then obviously short game allows you to score. So let's get back to my very, very first question. What is the perfect golf swing? For me, there's no such thing as perfect. You know, it is about what is functional for the individual, what works best. Watch the guys on TV. You know, if you videoed your swing and you think you get in some alleged funky positions, there'll be guys out there that have earned millions and millions of dollars, probably getting in some very similar positions as you, but they're embracing that. They're working with what they've got to become better players, where I think there's a danger that club golfers sometimes try and change too much too quickly. Work with what you've got. Hopefully work with a guy like a golf pro or coach who can help you understand your golf swing and get the best out of your golf game. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, like and share, subscribe to the channel, do all the usual stuff. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.